All right, all right, all right. So let's see what we got going and see who shows up. All right. So for the brethren that's out there, this is the new channel. And basically, the deal here is to see who really wants to know that information, that pertinent information about what we need to do and how we need to get stuff together. So we talked about the issues. This channel here is to provide solutions to the brothers as to how we get ourselves together, the things we need, especially if we're going to do this outside of our of the current system that we have. So while I take the time and wait to see who pops up, um, let me greet those who might show up. Horborten Hardugu Dog, Ola Oi to the Bane, Vasas Los, Bonjour, mes amis, Kedabawani Konichiwa, Nihani Ama, Sani Bonani, Jumbo Herbayagani, Assalamu alaikum, and Shalom. All right. So, as we try to get this stuff started, all right, let's see who's on board with this channel. Now, hopefully, I made it easy enough for people to do. All right, I made it easy enough for people to do to just come on over to this particular channel because one, I'm gonna see who comes over and the personal stuff, the really personal stuff that I've gone through, the things I was able to see. This is the channel that we're going to deliver these things on. All right. And the reason why I decided to pick this channel to do this is that one, I got to build some stuff up. All right. And two, this is something that I wanted to separate from all other stuff that I do. All right. So I wanted this to be a separation from the rest of the stuff. All right. And so with this, hopefully we have enough brothers that's really interested in getting stuff done, if you know what I mean. All right. We want to get this stuff done. All right, so let's see this. Now, we're having a little problem with the internet service here, so I don't know if y'all are seeing me or not. Okay, I don't know what y'all are seeing. All right. But yeah, there is somewhat of an issue here with the internet. All right, so I'm trying to get things connected. All right, let me get into WhatsApp real quick. All right, hold on for a second. I don't know who I'm actually holding on for because I really can't see that anyone is in here. All right. And so basically, well, let's see what happens here. So basically, like I said, trying to see the kind of support uh, that I'm going to get here. All right. And so, with that said, I also was wondering how many of the brethren just actually, hold on for a second, make this easier. I was also wondering how many of the brethren was actually did actually click that notification bell. One of the things that I'm getting a lot of is that when I start these, and I'm gonna wait to see if I get one or two brothers. Okay, there's two, and I'm gonna just let one other group of brethren know that I'm on here. All right, so we're going to do that. But let's see. And some of the times things like this really tell you how much support you really have, right? How much support you really have. Now, having said that, having said that, a lot of brothers are starting to find out many, and this is something we already knew. Many are not. Many see that something is wrong, but they don't care enough to make changes. Some make changes because they think when the SH hit the fan, they could just leech off of other brothers that have made the improvements, right? And what they don't understand that if themselves together, so you got brothers, you're always going to have some that just couldn't quite make it, right? And basically, if they are a real brother, we are, right? But some of the times when there is adversity, you find out who the real brothers are and who they aren't. So we're going to see. And the other reason I wanted to do this, switch to this particular channel, especially I start exposing some things going to be made Um, so there's a lot of do. Hold on for a second. There's a lot of things that I plan to do, and one of the things here is we want to find out how many brothers that are going. Now, this is by no means going to be easy. So I'm gonna say that this is I do not um, I do not expect to have a lot of support. The same way that I don't expect a lot of brothers to support other things that we are starting to realize is a lot of people that go to a lot of channels, they go to channels to be fanboys. All right. And one of the things that I'm trying to get us to do, individual thoughts based on the things that we pay attention to, based on the things that people are bringing to light. Hold on for a second. All right, so this is basically what's going on. So basically, we got, let's see. All right. We got a few people watching, but we got a few people on here. But for this to be successful for everybody, all right, for this to be successful for everybody, for us 5 or 6 people that come on here, and you have some that's going to peep in and out. I'm putting this video up right here in particular because I want to show y'all that no matter what good an Afro man does in the community, you got Black women that's going to search in what he is doing to find the negativity. They are going to look for negative. They are going to look for the bad in the good and the good in the bad. Let me repeat this. These women and their minions are going to look for the bad in the good and the good in the bad. And I don't think you can save such a community, and I think it's going to be destroyed by the powers that be. Let's look at this. Even if we get reparations, even if we get reparations, and I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Even if we get reparations, brothers, I want y'all to understand, the 4 brothers that's in here right now, I want y'all to understand that even if we get reparations, understand they have designed a way to snatch it away from you as soon as it hits your pockets. If you don't believe me, just take a look at what happened to all that free money that everybody got. If you stayed in the United States, I want y'all to understand something. If you stayed in the United States,
females, stay away from them.
Okay.
If you're masculine,
if you stayed in the United that money disappeared so quick, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And a lot of these things, a lot of these things that are things that I'm just really not going to deal with. All right. One of the things is this. Hold on. By your definition, any dude with her is going to be a molester. Because if she's able to have a baby and has a baby, because some male did what he supposed to do, all right, then mentality to what's the word I'm looking for? Not what I meant to say. Okay. Be responsible for any choice she makes. Exclamation point. This is to include medical decisions and abortion, which for some reason is legal. Exclamation point. All right. So many of the people that we're going to have to deal with is dominions. All right. So with this, all right, as started with this, and I want to show you some things. All right. First off, I want to show you that this we've been trashed by the Black woman for years, where they had shows primarily for them that was leading to them, the shows of big wigs or people who became big wigs. And let me say this, even Black women became billionaires off of the backs of the Afro man by trashing him before the Caucasian people with lies. All right. So we've been so, as we sit here, we have to come up with an escape plan. And this is why I've been meeting personally with a lot of brothers, having us come together as groups. They cannot be a part of, not just are going to do, the things that we have to do. We have to do it without no Black woman or woman, period, being a part of it. And we got to watch out for soft minded men. I'm not talking about the weights and stuff, because a man could be physically strong, but mentally weak. Whatever legacy you're trying to create. And it's a scary thing that we have to, right, to be aware of. But we need to understand that All right. We need to have that understanding that we can't really look at anyone who say that, oh, I don't have to worry because I trust that dude. And I'm telling you, you may have to worry. All right. You may have to worry. Jeez. All right. And the reason why you may have to worry, because not everybody is on our side, even the ones that should be. All right. So you're looking at this history right here. And this isn't no joke. This is now heading up the charge. Show you how they give I'm gonna show you how dudes will pay to give the very people a pass, Afro men. All right. Now I'm gonna demonstrate something real quick. Y'all know this woman, but it looks like 5 people are watching, but I only got one comment by one person. Okay, so y'all are well aware of this woman right here. All right. Now, the growth in H8 towards the Afro marrying like 2014, 13, 15, 16, 17. And she was behind a lot of these women getting on Facebook and destroying good men. Now, I mean, let me tell you, let's let this sink in. While she was destroying good men, she was busy being run through, right? She was busy being run through and had a baby by a dude that she would consider a beta male who had a bunch of children from other women. All right. So let that sink in. Up that there was a woman that you see at top, and when she found out that the first thing she said was, "Oh, you don't do anything for the community. I don't have. I'm not building a bunch of houses, and I shouldn't be, right? Because I'm not building houses. All right, I'm gonna demonstrate this. The communities here in Brazil are different from the have in the United States. Intentionally shoot up houses. All right. The black woman to see negative in anything that we do as Afro men. All right. She says, you're crying about Black women. Okay, we're back. I want you to see something else. Right? When the brothers check her on her BS, right? What she does is then she goes to her other bag of tricks. Gift. Did y'all see that? Gifts slash money. Brothers helping women rent. Nope, that's nothing. Brothers giving children stuff that they need to go to school. That's nothing. These are think that we should build houses and stuff for them. All right. This is how full of themselves they really are. I want you to understand this. And this is why I came to this conclusion right here. And this is, and that's what we're going to delve into tonight. Why the Black woman isn't worth working with for Afro men. Because no matter how good you are, look at Will Smith and Jada. Look at how Jada went and threw him under the bus. I didn't tell him to do that. And let me tell you why she threw him under the bus. Because she didn't have. And his actions based on her, she got is plausible deniability. Unfortunately for Jada is people saw the look she gave Will before he went up and did what he did. Understand that. And all protect honor where honor wasn't due. This dude has been destroyed by this woman who didn't give a damn about him. All right. So I want y'all to understand there's a lesson in that for all of us men. Let me repeat that again. There is a lesson in that for all of us. All right. There's a lesson in that. It's a lesson we better heed too. This is one lesson we as Afro men better heed. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. So we're gonna so we're gonna demonstrate some things. You, hey brothers, let me remind y'all. This is a new venture, so it'd be most appreciated if uh, uh, um, hold on. My point is, if she's old enough to make decisions for abortion and sex changes, then I don't see a problem with that. Exclamation point. If that man don't take care of that child, though, I see a problem with that. Which you don't see a problem with a 16-year-old who can't take up a child. Care of a child having sex with her. Only a man who can take care of a child having sex with her can still be old enough to kill that child. Exclamation point. My point is, if she's not good enough to make a decision to have sex or not, then she should not be having abortions or any other medical decision like sex change. Exclamation point. So let me tell you what was happening. So over on Facebook, you have dudes arguing that a young girl can kill a child, but she can't get pregnant by somebody who can take care of a child. Like back before white people made these laws and then brainwashed people to follow them. Exclamation point. See, our society is really effed up. So our only choice as Afro men is to leave it. Now, most of us that want to leave this society, we won't have these issues, right? Because we're looking for maturity anyway. But still, I'm saying that if they can't make one decision as young girls, they shouldn't be able to make any decisions as young girls. while you got sellouts trying to allow them to make one decision that wrecks their lives, but not another, because they are on the bandwagon of calling everything names in support of a wicked system. All right. And so what we have here what we have here is when you're in these discussions with these people, right? When you're in discussions with these people, we just don't discuss with these people. It's best not to have these discussions at all. And the reason why you don't want to have these discussions at all, be the same people that will say, make commentary, and then block you. All right. So basically, let's look at my journey. Deal with that later. Let's take a look at my journey yesterday. So basically, let's see if we can get it, if we can pull it up. So basically, this is my journey yesterday. And yesterday, I went around and passed out the rest of the soccer balls that I had here in Brazil. All right. Let me see something. I passed out the rest of the soccer balls here. And see what happens. Okay. And hold on. I think this dude blocked me. But let's see if I can pull it up. Okay, we got it, y'all. All right, so look like we here. Look like we are here. Brothers, just bear with me because today the internet here is really jacked up. I'm going to tell you. And for you 7 that are in here, again, for this to get out and for this to really be about something, your help is going to be needed to share the video. All right, your help is going to be instrumental in sharing this video. Because basically, we should have more than 7 in here. And when I say share, I mean amongst us brethren, amongst people we know that isn't weak. Against amongst the people that we know aren't, aren't the ones that betray. All right. So let's Let's go in this order. All right. Let's go in this order. Sound isn't really needed. Here we go. So sound isn't really needed. Okay. So this is the coach. That's the coach right there in the yellow. All right. And basically, I don't know what's up. And I can pretty much tell you what's probably up. So carnival season is. Hey, what's up, Antonio Johnson? All right. So let's go back and see what we got here. Okay. So that's the team. All right. Now, what happened is I told him I'll be back. And I need to get more USA balls. I need to get more USA balls. Now, one of the things is that let me see some. One of the things is that let's see this real quick. One of the things is that when we were doing this, and when they were taking me around, a couple of things that I wanted y'all to see is the path here that we took we were going. All right. So this is the path we took to get to where we were going. And of course, it ain't going to play for me. I need better internet service. So this is the path we were taking. Oh, let me see this. And let me say this. So this is a community. Okay, this is a community that I have been to before. And so the guys you see here, right? The guys you see here are the guys that helped me. All right. Hold on. Now, I don't know if you can hear the conversation or not. All right, so I don't know if you can hear the conversation or not. All right, but we are when I come to this particular what's up, David Bowman? When I come to this particular area, it's these guys that let me know where to go and who to give the balls to. Oh, and notice how they're brothers. Okay. Now, if you see, I skipped through a whole section and got to this part by magic. Now, the soccer field and everything is new. The soccer field, the area, David Bowman, Kelly Gill, Antonio Johnson. If y'all can, please share this video. Okay. But all right, I don't know if y'all can hear this. Now, now these guys, not only do they help me here, but when going into these areas, right, they also find the spot for me to blow the balls up. Texas Marine helps me a lot in the U.S. That's the brother that helped me, and so we take the air out. So these brothers here, they help me. Okay, so they help me with this stuff. Let's see, which one was 1 minute. All right. So yeah, so this is how this goes, right? So I come in, I speak to the coach, all right, and they direct me to where the balls are needed. And so this is what it is, right? So if a team is developing, right, I try to get a ball to each of the children, that that is on the team, because obviously they need something to practice with when they're not practicing. All right, that's the idea. So they need something to practice with. Let's see, what's his other one? And so this is us passing them out. Now, about 2 or 3 had balls already, so we wanted to give the balls to those that didn't have anything. All right, so that's how we work this. So whoever don't have nothing, that's who we give the balls to. And even if they're old, all right, because what happens is when I come back, we'll do it again. All right, we'll do it again. And so one of the things is that with these females, when we go back to this woman's comment, all right, so let's go back to this woman's comment. And I want to explain something to you all as we go back to this woman's comment. And I'm telling y'all, this is exactly why we can't work with them. When we talk about these females, all right, one of the things I want y'all to understand, that the reason why we can't work with them is they will try to trash any good thing we do. And the same women that try to trash any good thing we do will bend over backwards and jump up and down to be on the side of the thug. Now, I want y'all to understand this. Keep in mind, this woman have been lying. She's been lying for a man for years with false narratives, everything false about us, statistically false, provably false, right? And then she herself decided to have a baby with one of those she called beta males. She decided to have a baby with a dude that couldn't take care of a baby, and now want to complain about the situation she's in. She had a baby from the epitome of the negativity that she talked about in all Afro men, and then still want to blame all of us for what less than 16% of the population of Afro men does. And then for her hatred and that kind of speech of Afro men, when people shut her down the way she shut down the finances of many other men, Afro men only, she's crying on change.org to get her stuff reinstated. The very woman that tore down other men's channels, that flagged down other men's channel, wanted to get stuff restated. Now, let's get to this comment here. You're crying about BW and have done zero for the community. That's what she said. But see, she didn't know me like y'all know me. All right. But here's the stuff: gifts, money, and i.e., houses, school. All right. I want you to understand, gifts and money aren't building community. Let me show you how much trash that is. Y'all remember this community? Oh, hold on. Let me show you the other video, and y'all might remember. Oh, let me show you the other video. Hold on. Let me make sure I get the right one. When I'm in the brother's house. Nope, not that one. All right, we walk in there. There's that one. And what's this one? I'm looking for the one. Okay, there's the walking. I'm looking for the one where I'm actually in his house. Hold on for a second. Wait 1 minute. So I'm gonna go to the one. Ah, here it is. All right, hold on for a second. All right, here we go. So I could get rid of the rest of these laws, because I had made some promises by, I call these my brother's house. And so we're going over here. All right, here we go. If the dudes that I made the promises are still living there. All right, so, all right, now. So another section of the favela. All right, where the brother in the blue shirt lives, right? Now, y'all might remember that because remember when I first went there, all those children in that yellowish light that's on that is on the it's on the Instagram. It's the first video on my Instagram. All right. So the one in the blue and the one in the gray shirt, they're brother-in-law. The one in the blue shirt is married to the one in the gray shirt's sister. All right. All right. Now, understand this. I'm new here. So I don't know where I can film and where I cannot, right? So like they'll let me know. All right. Now let me say this: the soccer field was new. For you brothers that's been following me for a while, the soccer field was new. All right, the soccer team was new, but remember, we. All right, so now there was a child I promised like a while back, but because of the COVID thing, we just did just it was just difficult to make it back and forth. And so one of the things is I try to save things on film so that I can know who to come back to also as well. All right. And so this is the whole walkthrough and stuff like that. And so basically, basically, there's a when we go somewhere, when I go somewhere, it's a purpose to it. I'm not going there just to be going there. You know what I mean? So there is a purpose to it. We are going there to do something, right? And now there is a definite relationship me and the brothers. And how they have my back here is that in Ville Alliance, in the other place that I go, that's next to the NGO, that's kind of my stomping grounds, pretty much. I know that community as well as I know as these brothers know this community. It's just that I don't know this community that well. I know them well, right? And so basically, you know what it is. Some of the times you got to trust the brothers to get you where you need to go. I said I'm a self-sufficient person. I want y'all to understand something. I've always said I'm a self-sufficient person. But unlike the BAW, I've never said that I'm an independent person. Because I know how patently foolish that is. Let me break down the difference between self-sufficient and independent. These women say they're independent. But look at her. Every time something go wrong, they depend on the community to give them a whole bunch of stuff. They depend on the community to bail them out. They depend on the same dude that they just trashed to give them money. All right. They depend on the audience, and there's enough spiteful black women out there that might sign her petition. All right. But when you see these stuff, when you see these people going to these things wanting help, you don't see brothers. And even when brothers do go on, a female got to do it for them because nobody give a damn about a man. All right. This is why I said we need to start caring about ourselves. And when you look at this woman's comments, right? She says gifts and money aren't building, but we ain't giving gifts. Think about it. Why did I pick soccer balls? I picked soccer balls is because it's a way that a lot of these, especially in Brazil and countries that's big on it, they get a way out at every level. So it's not just a big national team, but there's a bunch of teams all the way in between that. So while only those that go into the NBA can make money, and now the NBA got the G League, but before Ball, all right, Lonzo Ball's father, all right, before him, that G League wasn't paying nobody, but these boys here, they have many options to make money by playing soccer, from the national level to the greater team levels, down to just your local team level. Period. All right. The thing is, they can make enough money to settle down and be a productive part of their community. All right. When we go to one of the last things she was talking about, oh, and there's guns over there. Yeah, there are. Right? She says on an economic level, those communities are no different from the ghettos in which you whatever, but they are different. One, they respect children. Two, they respect good men. And even though you'll see a lot of weapons rolling around the hood, right? You'll see a lot of weapons openly carried in the hood. The same way you see weapons carried in Texas, only it's legal in Texas. In the hood, it's legal because they do it. See, what people don't understand is in the favelas, the people that live in the favelas run the favelas because the government has no place in the favelas. The government does not help out the favelas. It's called a favela because of a bad smelling tree, and because the government stay away from the people that live in these places the way you stay away from bad smelling trees. Oh, and let's bring up another thing. When we talk about these favelas, people are actually protecting their community, not trying to kill it off. Let me repeat that. The people that live in these favelas here are trying to protect their community, not kill it off. See, that's the difference. That's the major difference. Are there guns here? Yep, I've seen them. Do I know any other people carrying the guns? No. Does it matter to me? No. Right? But I want y'all to understand this thing right here. That in these neighborhoods here, the people that walk through, they're trying to protect what they have from other people that might want to take it, like other gangs or the government, i.e. the police. I had some photos of the bullet holes in the walls of the houses. Thank God they're concrete. And some other stuff. I'll probably get footage of that later. All right. But what's up, Zimalu? But one of the things I wanted y'all to understand that this woman will never understand, one, because she ain't a man and don't understand that men try to protect what they have. That these people try to protect what they have. And they protect their friends. Like, I can walk through this favela. I can walk through by myself. If I really knew how to snake my way around to my friend's house, I could walk through by myself. But I don't know the ins and outs of this favela like I know the ins and outs of Villa Alianza. All right. The other thing is I didn't know what changed. All right. So because I didn't know what changed, I didn't know what I can film. Right? I didn't know what I can film, what I could not film. because everything changed. The foot soldiers, the guards, whatever you want to call them, they're in different spots, and I don't know where that is. All right. And so, and then I didn't know the need. I know there was a need, but I didn't know how to best serve the need, right? Because y'all, I'm running low on funds. And my because of some moves, I'm kind of in a precarious situation. So what does that mean? I don't have money to just deal out willy-dilly balls to everybody in the community. So we take things to the place that they're going to be the most effective. Then what's left over, we just pass it out to first come, first serve. Like that. And so while we're making these moves, the black woman is still trying to trash us. Period. So while we're making moves, they are still trying to trash us. They are still trying to trash us. And so because of them still trying to trash us, all right, because they're still trying to trash us, it is one of the main reasons that I state that we cannot work with them. You used to be able to work with your wife. You can't even do that anymore. Remember, a lot of dudes are starting to figure out that you can't marry the black woman in the United States, not if you're an Afro man. They'll work with the Caucasian man to destroy you and destroy your children. Like the Supreme Court nominee, you got soft-minded dudes pushing for her simply because of the color of her skin. What's up, Cortez Smith? You got soft-minded dudes pushing for this woman simply because of the color of her skin. Talking about, oh, they wrong. How they questioning her? They're questioning her because she's letting pedos go. Dudes that did some awful things to children, and she's crying, apologizing to them instead of the victims. Oh, yeah, they're really exaggerating the numbers. And this is why you never see the statistics in their articles. You don't see the stats in their articles. And in this one argument that I made, um, in this one argument that I went, all right, wow, I'm gonna tell you what's going on with WhatsApp. With WhatsApp, there's a lot of people that's trying to break into people's phones through WhatsApp. It's been garbage since Facebook took it over, as far as that's concerned, as far as a security risk. Okay, all you have to do is quarantine for 5 days once you get here in the hotel that you're going to stay in. Period. Okay. So, and so basically, so let me repeat that. So one of the brothers was asking me that, do you need to take the vaccine once you come here? And the answer is no. They require you to self quarantine in with the hotel that you're going to stay in for 5 days. Pretty much. right. And they cooperate with them to receive political power. And with that political power, they work on behalf of them, being led by them to destroy the community. This is why a lot of brothers are starting to see them as traitors. Not to us, but just to the community as a whole. As people that want, and it isn't a choice. When you want to destroy your community, then you betray it. And basically, that's what's kind of going on now. All right. And so this divestment idea was things that Cynthia G, who was the other one? Crystal and Kerosene. A lot of these women was pushing. Madame Noir magazine. A lot of them were lying on the Afro man, and now that's not going over too well because the stats are starting to come out, and the stats implicate the Black woman solely for the condition of the Afro community. Now, every man is individually responsible for himself, for the mess he did, himself. But when you look at what's happening to the community, only the woman is responsible for the condition of the community. Why is this, you ask? Remember, we already touched on that no matter who that you could be born, no matter who your father put that seed in that night. But you can't be born if your mama slept with some other man and your father didn't sleep with anybody. So unless your father had sex, you could not be born. I want you to understand that. Unless your mother had sex with your father, you could not be born from your mother. However, if your father had sex with another woman, you could be born from her. But there's no way in hell you could be born without a father. Right? And so basically, this means that the woman chooses who gets to be fathers. And when they're choosing disastrously, as they are, then they are the ones that's culpable for the condition of the community. Especially when they are the only metric by which people define the Black community or Black people. Did y'all notice that lately? That when they want to hire or do anything and they need a Black person, they'll get a woman, as if Afro men do not exist? Think about it. The only time they say that the Black community, is represented is if when they're talking to Black women. As if Black women speak for the Black community, the entire community, the men, the children, the entire community. And that's the stuff that we as men got to shut down, because they don't speak for the men. They only speak for the ratchetness that they brought into the community, the death that they brought into the community. But the men that separated from them, that sanctified themselves from them, speak for themselves. All right, period. And because of this, it's easy for anybody to come and brainwash their sons into groups, like what you see with IUIC. You saw them marching them boys around like they were in the army, calling cadence like they were in the army, but changing the words. That's not original. But it's the same people that will go and get mad at Caucasian people when they take the dance of a Black girl and make money off of it. Again, I think this was Coach Adams that said it. He started looking at these groups, especially IUIC, and came to the conclusion, the same conclusion I came to a long time ago. He said, I don't think many Black people want Black people to be free. What I think is they want to be the ones holding the whip and using the rest of the Black people to make money or get power for themselves. To paraphrase, that's what he said. Me, I want to see as many as want to be free, freed, and have a path to said freedom. And that path to said freedom starts in your mind. And this is why I started to understand a while ago. This is why my channels are somewhat popular only because of my name in the past, but are not as popular as it used to be. Why? Because dudes want to follow people who other people follow. Let me repeat that. A lot of these dudes want to follow people that other people follow. But none of them really want to be free, because being a free man takes work. You got to watch yourself. You got to watch your stuff. You got to watch your finances. You got to pay your own bills. You got to do this, that, and the other. You got to figure out answers about life for yourself. Think about it. You got to get answers to questions for yourself, but you're too lazy to do it yourself. And so you just regurgitate what other people tell you. Oh, my camp told me XYZ ABC. Okay. And so basically that's the issue. I mean, really think about it. When you look at these people, and then when you challenge them on what they think they know, because you basically know more, they kind of have an issue with that. They don't like being challenged. They have an issue with that, right? And so this is our job, people. Our job is to be free men. That's what the Most High wanted for us. He wanted us to prosper. He didn't want us to follow anybody. This is why in Samuel it says what it says. We don't have kings. We don't have no one man ruling over us. No, not as men, because we as men are the rulers of our own homes. Oh, yeah. While the rest of the world is looking at the Caucasian as the United States, the whole world is calling out the Caucasians of the United States as warmongers and genocidal. The world now sees that, and Russia is responsible for that. You know, when slavery ended with the bombing of Pearl Harbor, it was the Japanese that ended slavery. Why? Because up until the bombing of Pearl Harbor, there were still slaves. But what happened is, because it's a world war, and news got a real good look at how the United States was actually treating us as Afro people, especially the Afro males, with all the sacrifices that we made. for the country, our ancestors. All right. So that's what I mean. It is really a thing when you got a woman that says, "Oh, I'm your woman," but she is in love with the people that oppress you or that have oppressed you. Oh, and the weirder thing is you got a lot of white people that's coming out and like, look, yeah, let's be real. Yeah, y'all deserve something. But I want to discuss something. And this is something where a lot of people are dumb and in their feelings. If you want reparations, you got to know who you're suing, and you got to be that's been affected. What are you going to do if you get it? Right? What are you going to do? Buy a bunch of new cars, this, that, and the other? What are you going to do? With me, I tell you, I've already are moving away from the United States. A lot of your people, they've moved, they're gone. The only people they're trying to keep in the United States is us, the Afro man. And not just any Afro man, the Afro man that woke up, the Afro man that is now doing for himself, the Afro man that realizes that he needs to save himself because ain't nobody else going to do it. That Afro man. And so a lot of people have problems. A lot of people have these problems. A lot of people have these problems with us wanting to be free of everybody that's trying to persecute us, to include the BAW. Now, what I'm going to do is open space up to see who wants to be the first one to have a say here. On this new channel. Hold on. And all you got to do is pop in. So next week, I'm going to be in a new spot. I will be over there by the basketball court. And we'll see how things go over there. I'm going to be filming some stuff. So I'm going to see if I can get another tripod. You should have no problem, brother. Okay. So so there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. And so basically, I'm gonna end this, and I'll have another one probably in a couple of days. But I want y'all to really pay attention to this. And all my videos are going to be on this channel for a while I am here in Brazil. Then again, when I go to Colombia. All right, so let the video a lot, because we need to get brothers on this channel and and the stuff that's going to be presented is going to be helpful